Today's daf is Masech Nedarim, Daf Nun. We are the third line from the top, the second word on the third line. Zok de Heilige Gemara. Rabbi Akiva iskachas le brate de kalva savua. Rabbi Akiva was engaged to Rachel, the daughter of Kalba Savua. The Gemara in Gittin, Daf Nun Vav Manal, says, why was it called Kalba Savua? Because he's one of the rich people of Yerushalayim, and whoever went into his house hungry, like a dog, Kekelev, went out full. Shama Kalba Savua, when Kalba Savua heard that his daughter was engaged to Rabbi Akiva, Adrahano Mikol Nechse, he asked him from all the Chasim, because Rabbi Akiva was an Am Arts at the time. Even so, Azlavis Nasivale, still Rabbi Akiva married his daughter Rachel. Besisva, in the winter. Havaganu Beitivna, they were laying down on straw because they were so poor. Havakamenakat Leitivna in Mazia, and Rabbi Akiva would take the pieces of straw out of that were caught in her hair. Amar Allah, Rabbi Akiva told his wife, "Ihavai li, if I will have money, rimina lich Yerushalayim d'ahava. I will make you a tachshit that's made out of gold, has a tzura of Yerushalayim, like a little pendant that has the name of Yerushalayim." And the Gemara in Shabbos Daf Nun Tes says when he actually got rich, he actually made good on his promise, and he bought that for his wife, or made it. Also, Eliyahu Navi came to be menachem them, the Ran says, and to try to show them that there's people that are in worse situations than them, that have more poverty than Rabbi Akiva. Idme lahain kanasha. Eliyahu Navi came to the door and he appeared like a person.
Started coming. They told me that you were staring at me.
So v'kakari abava, he was calling to them from the door of the house. Amar lahu, he told them, Havali put to the tivna, give me a little bit of straw. The yoldus itzi, because my wife was giving birth. V'les li midam laguna, and I don't have anything for her to lay on. Amar Rabbi Akiva says, so Rabbi Akiva told his wife, Chazi Gabra, dafilu tivna leyislei. Look at this guy over here by the door that he doesn't even have teben. Zakti Gemara, Amra le, Rachel told Rabbi Akiva, her husband, Zil Havi Birab, go to the Beis Medrash to learn Torah. So the Gemara in Ksubas Samach Beis says that Al Das Kain, she let him be Mekadesher. So that's why she told him to go to Beis Medrash. Azal, so he went to the Beis Medrash and he was Isaac Torah, Tarti Sreishnin, 22 years. Kameder Belazar and Yeshua, in front of Belazar and Yeshua, there was Revaim Lemishlam Tarti Sreishnin. At the end of 22 years, Ka'asal Abeisei, Rabbi Akiva was returning home with 12,000 Talmidim being malam of him, like the Gemara in Ksubas Samach escorting him, like the Gemara in Ksubas Samach Beis says. So Ka'asal Abeisei, he was coming to his house. Shama Menachari Abeisei, he heard from the back of his house, the Ka'amar le Chad Rasha L'Dbeisu, that one Rasha was telling his wife, Shapir Avad Li Avoch, that your father was right, that he did not want you to marry Rabbi Akiva, and that's why he asked it all in the Chasim. Chada. Your father was right for asking her on Rabbi Akiva and his Chasim for marrying you. Chada, the first one reason that you should not marry him, that he doesn't come from a chashuv, distinguished family like you come from. So it wasn't zugepasst. Va'oid, and another reason, Shafka Charmelos Chayes Kulan Shinin, he left you all these years and living almana, all these 22 years that he went to learn. Amralei, so Rachel, his wife, told that Rasha, Yitzas L'Dili, if he would listen to me, Levitarti Srei Shinin Achrain Yasa, then he would go to his Beis HaMedrash another 22 years. Another 12 years, I'm sorry. Omar, so Rabbi Kiva said, Hovi, obviously Rishusa, since his wife gave him Rishus to learn another 12 years, Edar la choyrei. I'm going to go back to the Beis HaMedrash and learn. Hadar Azal, he went back to the Beis HaMedrash, Avitarti Srei Shnei Achrain Yasa, and he was there an additional 12 years, and he was Isaac B'Torah. Asa B'Esem Rabba Alaf, and after 24 years he came back. Asa B'Esem Rabba Alaf and Zugat Talmidim, he came back with 24,000 Talmidim. Nafek Kuli Alma La'ape, the whole tzibur came out to greet him. Ba'afhi and his wife Kamas Lamepek La'ape. She stood up to go towards her husband. Amrla Hi Rishia Ba'at Lahecha. So that the wicked person told her, "Where are you going? You don't even have nice clothes to go with your husband." Amra Lei, so she told the husband, "Yideh tzadik nefesh behemtei," which is a pasuk in Mishlei Parakid Beis pasuk Yud. So I think what she was trying to say is that her husband would understand that she doesn't have the nicest clothes and that she was mitzayir for him so that he could go learn. Asas chazuya, and she didn't have any money to buy nice clothes. Asas lis chazuya, she came to greet him. Kamat chala rabbanon, the chacham that were there, they pushed her to the side. Amar lahain. So Rabbi Kiva told them, Hanichula, leave her. Shali v'shalochem, the Torah that I learned and then what you learned from me, shalahu. It's connected to her, but really belongs to her because it was her eitzah that I should go learn Torah. Shama Kal B'Savua. So Kal B'Savua heard that a great person came to the city. Asav Itchal Nedrei. He came and tried to be matter his neder. Ishtarei, and they were matter his neder. The Ishtari, and Rabbi Kiva was permitted to have hana from the nechasim of his father-in-law. Min shis mila iyater Rabbi Kiva, from 6 things Zakta Gemara Rabbi Kiva became rich. What was the first thing? Min kabel savua, because he gave him from his father-in-law, gave him from his nechasim. The second thing, min ilan desfinta, from a ram of a boat. The chol sfinta avdolei min eina, because the way they had it, the way they did it is that every boat had a picture of a ram, an aisle made out of wood, carved out of wood. And I was trying to show the sfino was like a symbol to show that the boat, it moved like an aisle, and they would fill it up with. So they would carve out this aisle on a boat, and people would put the money on it. So Zimna Chada, one time on Shiyua, they left the aisle Keif Yama on at the edge of the sea. Asahu, Rabbi Kiva came, he found it, and he got rich. He got all that money. I guess he was allowed to keep it. The third thing, Zakh Gemara, Rabbi Kiva got rich from Min Gavza, from the closet that they put all the money from the boat. The Zimna Chada Yav, one time, Rabbi Kiva gave Arba Zuzah l'Sapunai. He gave 4 zuzim to the person that runs the ship. Amalahu Aisili Midam. So he gave him these 4 zuzim. And Amalahu Aisili Midam. So he told him, bring me something. And they couldn't find Ala Gavza. They only were able to find this box that was meant to hide money in it, like a safe. Al Keif Yama. I see you lay, so they brought it to Rabbi Kiva. Amrulay, the people that run the boat, they told Rabbi Kiva, Oven Marana Alay, wait until we find something else. He found out that this table that they gave him was full of dinrim, And Zok the Gemara, where was that from? That table is Zimnechad Tavas Svinter, once the ship sunk. V'kuli Iskav Machs Bahu Gavzo, and all the money on the boat was in that box, and it sank together with it. V'shtakach Bahuzim, at that time they found it, the Safanim, the people that run the ship, they found it, this Rukisa. And where was that box from? It was from a group that was related to like a group of Yishmaelim. Umimatri Nisa, and also it was from a matron. He got rich from a matron. What's the story? Because once Rabbi Akiva and his Talmidim needed money, and they went to this person, this woman, to borrow money from her. So she told Rabbi Akiva, I'm lending you money. And she told Rabbi Akiva that HaKadosh Baruch Hu and the sea will be aravim, that I get paid back. So what happened was, it came time to pay back, and Rabbi Akiva never showed up to pay back the money. So it seems like he got sick. So this Matronisa went to the Yam, to the sea, and she said, Rebbeinu Shalom, that Rabbi Akiva got sick, and he can't pay back the chayvus. So he said, remember that you were the Arav on this halva, and pay me back. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu made a nace, and the daughter of a Kesar, she went a little crazy, and she took a treasure full of avanim tovis and margolias, full of treasures, and she threw it into the sea. And the sea, it made it float until this area place where this matronisa was, this matron, on the sea. So she took the box full of treasures and she went. And then later on, Rabbi Akiva got healed, and he came to pay the matronisa back her chayiv. So this woman told Rabbi Akiva, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, which is the Arav, already paid me back the chayiv with the treasure, with the box full of treasures she found at the sea, and he gave me more than what you borrowed from me. So she told him, take whatever's left over from this, and she returned to Rabbi Akiva, and that's how he got rich. So apparently this was before, it would seem that this was before Rabbi Akiva returned home. This mahalach that he got rich, is what I would say. Or maybe not. Maybe it was after he returned home. Maybe he still had Talmidim. Okay. Not sure. Zok the Gemara weiter. What was the fifth thing that he got rich from? Ishtoi shel tunis roipus. It was a person that his name was Roipus. So there was this person that Rabbi Akiva would debate him in front of the Kesar and Psukim of the Torah, and he would win over him. So one time, this person came to Rabbi Akiva's house, and he was upset. It was Bakas. So his wife asked him, why are you so upset? So he told her, because Rabbi Akiva was bothering me. He said things to me. So his wife told him, give me permission to machshel ma'avera, because Elokayim Shalelu was Seinei Zima, and then he'll get punished if he sins with me. So he gave her a shus, and she came with Kushetas from Rabbi Akiva, and when he saw her, he did three things. He spit, he laughed, and he cried. So she asked him, why did you do these three things? So he told her, two things I did, I'll explain to you, and the third I'm not going to explain. So he said, I spit because you come from a tipas rucha. And I cried on your beauty because you're going to just weed her away after she dies. And the reason why he laughed is because he saw in Ruach HaKodesh that she's going to be Miskayer, and he's going to marry her. And he did not want her to know that last thing. So she asked him, could I be Chayzer B'tshuva? So he told her, yes. So she went, she was Megayer, and she married him. and she brought him into the marriage a lot of money. Okay, and the sixth thing, Zak Gemara, Umiketia Bar Shalom. Somebody named Ketir Bar Shalom was a Maisa. There was a Maisa, the Kesar that did not. There was a Kesar that did not like the Yidden, and he wanted to kill them. So he asked his people's advisors that somebody that has infected flesh on his body, on his foot, and he has pain from it. Should he cut off his leg and let the rest of the body live, or should he leave it alone and be mitzvah? So the Cheshuvi HaMalchus advisors told him, no, cut it off and live. In other words, they were trying to say, if you don't like the Yid, then just get rid of them. So Ketir Bar Shalom spoke up and he said, you can't do that because the Yidden are Nimshul Ruchas HaShamayim, and it says in the Pasuk in Zechariah, Parak Beis, Pasuk Yud, Ki Ka'ab Ruchas HaShamayim Parasti Eschem, and just like the world cannot exist without Ruchas, so too it cannot exist without Yehudim. So you need them, you can't get rid of them. And also he told them that they're going to call your Malchus a Malchus Ketua, a broken Malchus, a cut off Malchus, if you get rid of the Yidden. Amar, so the Kesar said that these are good reasons, but the way of the Malchus is that somebody that's menatzeach the king with his vikuach, with a debate, then you put him in a house full of sand until he dies there. So when they took this Ketur Bar Shalom, the guy that spoke up, and they put him in the base of Offer, then this Matronisa went and she told him, Chaval on a svina that's going by without any meches, without paying any tax, meaning to say, she's trying to say that since you're going to die anyway, so might as well just be megayer before you die. Since you're dying for the Yidden, because you try to save the Yidden from getting killed, so you should be megayer. So he went and he was mal himself, and he said, okay, now I paid my meches, and now I can go. So when they threw him into the base Afar, he said that he's giving all the chasim to Rabbi Kiva and his friends. So Rabbi Kiva got up and he darshaned that and he said that he's took half of it, and his friends took the other half. And from this Ma'aseh Ketir Bar Shalom, this is the sixth thing that the Gemara is saying Rabbi Kiva got rich from. Zok the Gemara weiter. Rav Gamda Yav Arba Zuzal Sapunoi, a similar Ma'aseh like Rabbi Kiva did. He gave 4 zuzim. So Gemara is bringing a similar thing. Rav Gamda gave 4 zuzim to a Sapunoi, to the people around the ship. Latuye behind midam, that they should bring him something. V'loyashchon, they could not find anything. Asiule behind kupa, they brought him a monkey. Ishtamit, the monkey just jumped away and went into some crack. Alachorsa went into a crack in the wall. Chafar Basrei, they started taking it apart to try to get him out of the crack. Ashichua Duravi al Margaliyasa, and they found that he was on top of a treasure, the monkey. Aitinu le kulain, so Safanam Bo of Gamda, all the treasures that they found over there. And that's where he got rich also. Zok the Gemara weiter. Amra le Bar Kesel Rabbi Shua ben Chananya. Bar Kesel told Rabbi Shua ben Chananya, Torah mefayara b'chli mechayer. The Bas Kesel told Rabbi Shua ben Chananya, Torah, which is so nice, is in the Talmud Chacham should not be in filth. So it seems like the Rush says that Rabbi Shua ben Chananya was shachar, like he was black, I guess, and she told him she wanted to know about it. So why does he look different than other people? Amar Allah. So Rabbi Shua ben Chananya told her, the Bas Kesar, Limdi mi beis avoch, I learned from your father, the Kesar, that he also puts a chashva thing in a kli mechor. Why? Because b'mem menichin yayin, what do they put wine in your father's house? Amar le b'mani de pachra, in a kli cheres, in an earthenware keli. Amar Allah, he told her, kuli alma b'pachra, everybody puts yayin in earthen in kli cheres. Va'atun b'mani de pachra. So he was telling her, yeah, the whole world puts yain in klicheres, but does that mean you should also? You're Kesar, you're supposed to put the wine in a silver and gold kalim. Ozlis, so the daughter of the Kesar went, and she Shtaka went, she took the wine and she put it in silver and gold kalim, the sari, and what happened? The wine, and again, the wine got sour, went bad. Amar lost. Rabbi Shimon Chanan told her, Afei Raisa. So too the Torah is also like this. You could have Torah in a person that doesn't look so, maybe doesn't look so good, just like Klicheres. So the Kesar asked him, Va'ika Shapir and I there are people that are nice, look good, look nice, and they learn Torah also. Amar Allah, Yihavu Snu. If these chachamim would be mecharon, if it would not be good looking, have a gemir and tzvei, they would be more learned. There was a Maisa and Isha that she came in front of Yehuda from Nerda to turn the Torah. This Chayavas Mendina, and she was Nischayev Bedin. Yehuda's Bezdin was Nischayev her. Amrolei, the lady, the woman told Yehuda, Shmuel Rabba Chachidanan. Would Shmuel, your Rebbe, judge me? Would he damn me like you're damning me? Amar Allah, Yehuda told Yadat Lei. Do you know Shmuel? Amar Lei, she told him, Ain, yes. And this is what he looks like. Gutza, he's short. Rabba Krese, and he has a big stomach. Ukas, he looks darker, black. Rabba Shine, and he has big teeth. Amar Allah. So Yehuda told the woman, La Zusika Asa, are you coming to be Mevaza Shmuel? To have a here to Beshamta, this lady should be in a nidui. You put her in a nidui, Paka or Mesa, and she died. The Mishnah said, if somebody says kain and tafshel she'eni toyim, I'm asking is tafshel that I'm not going to taste. The asr ma'isa kadeir rach umutter ba'ava. He's asr and a ma'isa kadeir that's soft, but ava is not nichlal and tafshel because you don't eat it with pas. The Gemara said umutter beisa termita. He's mutter in an egg that's eaten by itself. My beisa termita. Zok the Gemara Amar Shmuel avda da avid la shavi alfi dinarim. An eved that knows how to prepare a beitza termita is worth 1,000 dinar. Why? Because it's a very skilled job. The Zok the Gemara, Shmuel explains, how do you do it? You take an egg, uma'ayala, alpha zimni umay chamimi, you put it 1,000 times in hot water, the alpha zimni umay kriri, and 1,000 times in cold water, ad dimis zutra, till it gets small, kihechidim la'isa, that a person could swallow it in one swallowing, and it goes into his guf whole. He doesn't even have to chew it. It could just go right down. Vim iskeva srichala. And if someone has a wound or something in his stomach, then it heals it. The kadnafka ve'asya, and when he uses the bathroom, then it goes out. Yoda asya ma'isam nispoile b'may mitase. So if a person has a wound in his stomach, when the egg comes out, when he goes to the bathroom, the doctor would know, based on how it looks, what kind of medicine you need and how he can get healed. So Shmuel, when Shmuel had a problem with his stomach and he wanted to be baidik, what kind of healing he needs? Have a badik nafshei bekolcha, similar to a beir tumita, and when he swallowed it, ad demisatra and inche base alesa rehoin. So it's brought down that Shmuel was a expert. He was a doctor. He was a very big doctor. Levurim Mar Shabbos Kuf Chesim Alf and B'Mitzia Pehei Mebeis and Kuf Yigimel Mebeis, and therefore he did this thing with the Beitza Kulcha, which is similar to Termita, but the Gemara says that he had so much Yisurim from it, Adam Saturn and Beis Ali Sarayan, that the people that were in his household, they were going crazy from all this pain that he has. So it seems like from this that Shmuel had pain from this Beitza, but maybe he was able to get healed from it at the end. But the process was just painful. Zok the Gemara weiter. The pasuk says in the Devarim Parachav Gimel pasuk Chav Hey, Ki savay b'kerem re'echa, become your friends. V'nir v'achalta anovim, yid anovim kanafshecha savecha. That what is halacha that a worker that works in the kerem re'eu is allowed to eat while he's working from the anovim that are in the kerem. So Chacham darshan that don't you know that there's anovim in the kerem? Why does the pasuk have to say v'achalta anovim? You know what's in the kerem. So it's telling you anovim that what? That if a poil is oisik anovim, he's allowed to eat anovim but not te'enim. But if he's oisik and te'enim, then he's not allowed to eat anovim. So talking about Tanan Hasan, we learn in Mishnah Maisis Parak Beis Mishnah Ches, Haya oisik bechlufsin, if the worker was working in a chlufsin, which is a type of fig, lo yochal b'nei sheva, you should not eat the other type of te'enim, which are called b'nei sheva. B'nei sheva, you should not eat bechlufsin. So the Gemara, my klufsin, what is that? Mina de te'eni da avdim in hoin lapte. It's a min fig that you mechin a tafshel with. I guess it was meant to cook. Zok the Gemara vayta. Who gave the yav abdul lechavre? So my said a person that he gave a eved, a slave to his friend, lagmure. He gave his eved. He wanted his friend to teach him how to cook. Alpha mini lafte. 1,000 different types of tafshilim that were made out of te'enim. Agmore Tamnimeya. He only taught him at the end of the day not 1,000 but 800. So that person went and Azmal Dina, he brought him to the Torah, the Kama the Rebbe in front of Rebbe, because the guy wasn't Mekayim his promise. Amar Rebbe told him, Aviseinu in the time of the Churban Amru Nashinu Toiva. That he was saying that we knew good things and we forgot them. But anu afilu beinenu lo re'inu. But we did not even know that you could do so many things. And how are you a baki in so many different types of machal? So I guess he was just trying to understand how can you cook 1,000 different types of things with te'enim. Okay. Zok the Gemara, Rebbe Avad Lehi Lula, Rebbe made a chasana, Rav Shimon Rebbe, for Rav Shimon Rebbe. Kasav al Beis Ganana, he wrote on the Beis HaChuppah, Esem Rabal Alfan Riboyin Dinarim. 24,000 dinarim. Nafgal Beis Ganana Dain. Went out, so they spent 24,000 dinarim on this Sudas Nisuin. For Loy Azmin Loy Bar Kapara, and they did not invite Bar Kapara to the chasana. Amar Le, so Bar Kapar got upset. He told Rebbe, Im lo over ritzaynoi kach, if the people that are over in Ratzon Hashem is mashpia so much toiv, lo oiser ritzaynoi lachs kam v'kama, Hashem will give be mashpia shefa. Azmanei, so Rebbe invited him to the chasana. Amar Bar Kapar came back and said, lo oiser ritzaynoi v'lam lazeh kach, if v'lam lazeh, lo oiser ritzaynoi, HaKadosh Baruch Hu must be so much. L'olam haba achas kam v'kamo. L'olam haba achas kam v'kamo. HaKadosh Baruch Hu must be a lot of taiva.